Hello and welcome back to Sounds of Silvestri, a chronological journey through the continuing filmography of Alan Silvestri. On today's episode from 1984, we'll be covering Par où t'es rentré, on t'a pas vu sortir, which in English means, how did you get in? We didn't see you leave. My name is Clarence, but you can call me Paul Masson. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Grace, a.k.a. Cioccolini cousin.
Now the French police are on our ass.
You know, Grace, we've really settled into a routine here where I introduce you and then you do a quote. And I was so curious what you were going to choose to do.
There weren't many to select from.
No, not a lot of good options. Mm-mm. We've got a lot to get into.
Somehow
I don't know how we're going to get through
this. And yet nothing, I would say at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, not to give too much away before we get into the movie, but I said in my review that I think this is possibly the worst movie we will ever cover on this podcast. And I hope I'm correct about that because I can't imagine us covering something worse than this.
Not to spoil it, but this might be this might be the worst movie I've ever watched.
Yeah, I was thinking about that while I was watching it. I was like, what else have I seen that I would place below this? And I feel like there has to be something, but nothing was immediately jumping to mind. I mean, it's bad. I
feel like I would just not continue with the film if I felt this way about it. I would just turn it off. But for this, we don't have the option to do that. So you got to power through.
That would be kind of funny, though, if we came to the episode and we're just like, cards on the table. We didn't finish this movie. I know none of you watched it either. So we're just gonna fuck around for the next remainder of the episode.
Yeah, like we do anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, before we get into our one of our favorite segments, I just want to give people a heads up in case they did watch this with us. We're turning the corner very soon. We're 6 weeks from Back to the Future. Like, we are so close to getting back to good movies.
We can do it. Yeah. I believe
just
in
a month and a half.
We'll make it through, though.
Yeah, I mean, we got to, not to spoil the next movie that we cover, but I have a feeling that one's going to be a little bit of a stinker too, for different reasons.
It cannot be this bad, though.
I
simply will not allow myself to think that way.
I really hope not. Well, all right, I think it's time. I'm shaking up the can.
I don't know why that sounded horrifying.
It gets louder every time.
It's so loud in my ears.
Well, this is clearing the air. This is our segment where either we apologize for incorrect information that we erroneously shared in previous episodes, or we follow up with new information on past discussions. Grace, do you have anything this time around?
I have a couple things. I think first off the bat, India has states. That's how they demarcate their territories, not provinces, like I just shouted out last time.
We apologize.
I also found the finding aid for movie screenings at the White House for the George W. Bush administration. So no, he did not watch Police Academy during 9/11. We can link the finding aid if we want. And then last week I had mentioned that my DVD had a trailer of The Sentinel, a Michael Douglas film, and I watched it. And it was perfectly fine. Michael Douglas is a Secret Service agent. He's the Secret Service agent that was shot during Reagan's assassination attempt and survived. And he is sleeping with the current First Lady. So that's something.
It's a very Michael Douglas thing to do, I have to say.
Yes. And I love presidential code names, like whenever they have the family code names. So these people were Classic was the president, and then the First Lady was Cincinnati. Sure. And then I was wondering, so do you think that you have a film role that you would just nail? Like a type of role that you'd just be like amazing at right off the bat?
Oh man, putting me on the spot. That is a really tough question. I feel like back in the day, I could have really nailed like the sleazy guy on the subway from like a 1970s movie. Yeah. I feel like I would have been really good at that.
Have you seen Hairspray? The musical?
The original one?
No.
No.
Music, like the there's like a there's a creepy guy in a trench coat at one point. And that's what I'm thinking of in this moment. For you, I guess. Well, because I was thinking there's a really strong moment where it's in the Sentinel where it's like this 911 dispatcher or like the Secret Service like voice, and I was like, I could do that probably. That feels like something.
Oh,
like,
I could see that. Absolutely, I could see that.
Yeah, but then Michael Douglas is framed in an assassin. They believe he is going to kill the president because Kiefer Sutherland plays his best friend, who's also a Secret Service agent, who believes that Michael Douglas slept with his wife, which didn't happen, but he just really believes it.
You can understand why he would think that.
So, like, 2.5-star movie, but, like, interesting. Better than In the Line of Fire.
What year did The Sentinel come out? Was that a more recent one? Because when I watched the trailer, it looked like mid-2000s, maybe.
Yeah, 2006 is when it came out.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I was getting from it.
Oh, yeah, Eva Longoria's in it. She was great. Yeah.
Who plays the president in that one? Or is he not really that important?
David Rash.
Okay. I have no idea
and then
the
the first lady is Kim Basinger.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a very attractive couple, the first lady and Michael Douglas. That's a good pairing.
I don't find Michael Douglas attractive. Have I said that before? I feel like, yeah, our friend, like, sexual Michael Douglas, right? That's a whole thing. But I just don't think that's really up my alley.
I think there was a specific period where he was like really hot shit. And I think for a certain generation, they still have that image of him. And it's just continued for the longest time, even though.
Are you calling our friends old? Is that what you're saying?
It's, well, I didn't want to put it that starkly, but if you're willing to say that, then yeah, I'll sign on to that.
Yeah, Roger Ebert also gave it 3 out of 4 stars, which I think is pretty high for what it was.
That does seem like something that would be up his alley. He would have been around the right age for that sort of thing.
Do you like movies about the Secret Service? Have you seen any? Do you have any experience with that?
None are immediately popping into mind. I do think it's an interesting job, but no, I can't say that it's, yeah.
It's like an interesting jurisdiction of a role. Like, you're under the Department of the Treasury, but you're tasked with saving the executive branch.
I always forget that they're under the Treasury. That's so strange. Do you know the reason why historically that was the case?
Oh, did I? Yes. Do I? No. Let's see if we can find anything out quickly.
I feel like that's a piece of information that I knew at some point, but then it just always finds a way to slip out of my brain.
Counterfeiting money. That. Because I think part of it's like to safeguard the financial structure, financial holdings of the United States. Like, I think that is part of it. I think 'cause it's like they have to serve and protect. No, that's just the cops, right?
Yeah. Ideally, yeah. I don't know what the Secret Service. What their vision statement.
Yeah, I'm trying to say their vision statement. It was established on July 5th, 1865.
I wonder why. Wonder what event could have precipitated that creation.
Yeah.
Nobody
but I don't
knows.
know exactly in what capacity they were protecting people at that point.
Yeah, when you said counterfeiting, I remembered that when we watched To Live and Die in L.A., the Secret Service are involved with that. And so that jogged my memory.
Do they end up dying in a shootout? Like, isn't there like a friendly fire situation where they don't understand what's happening? Is that what happens in To Live and Die in L.A.?
I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember. 70mm covered that for August, I think, and so I was too focused on that aspect of it.
I mean, he did wear pretty tight jeans, so you could see a lot of it.
Yeah, everything was on display. That's just how it was back then. But no, I don't. Other than Willem Dafoe, I don't remember a single thing about that movie. And by the time this recording is over, I'll probably have forgotten again.
I remember that it was like it opens and it's like, what's the main guy's name? Peterson. It was his partner's like last day on the force, so he's gonna die, right? Like, it's just like he was so excited to retire, and it's like, well, nice knowing you. If
it's your last day, you should never tell anybody, because it's like tempting fate almost.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be put on the most dangerous call, and that's going to be it for you.
I was going to make an F1 reference, but I'll restrain myself. It looks like they're no longer under the Department of the Treasury since 2003, perhaps.
Is it
now they're
Homeland
under the Department
Security now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I knew it. I think they should put it back under Treasury. Just really crack down on all the counterfeiting that's surely going on around the country.
Yeah, no one's dealing with it anymore.
Yeah, right. It's just running rampant. Yeah. There's dollar bills with, George Washington with a big fake mustache just being passed as real money.
$10 bills with Lin-Manuel Miranda on it. That's stupid.
Can you imagine? All this time, they said they were going to replace the $20 bill. I feel like we've been talking about that for 15 years at this point.
Yeah.
And when is it going to happen? I'm obviously not
Where's my
anytime
Harriet
soon.
Tubman $20 bill?
Exactly. Where are the Tubmans? I feel like this is one of those things where it's the same with the Real ID, changing to the Real ID. I feel like I've been hearing about this thing for 2 fucking decades at this point.
Do I have a Real ID? I feel like I might have a Real ID.
Yeah. Well, they just keep saying, this next time you get a new license, it's going to have to be a Real ID. And then I get it, and it's not. It's like, okay.
Maybe it's a Wisconsin thing. Maybe it's your state.
You know what?
I don't know.
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't put it past us.
I honestly don't know if I have one or not. So that's where I'm at.
I don't know what the difference is, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, this will be clearing the air next week. I love when we're just...
Yeah. Let me make a note.
What do you have? What do you have for clearing the air this week?
Nothing.
Listeners, he's actually making a note.
I am.
He's writing it down.
Like I said, if I don't write it down, I'm going to immediately forget it. It's almost like, I don't know if you've seen Severance, but
no.
That's how this podcast feels, where like the second we hit stop record, it all leaves my brain.
It's the podcast fugue state. It happens on this. It happens on BWE. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it rough because you've got it. Sometimes you've got it twice a week where you're just
I forget things constantly. Yeah.
large chunks of your memory.
Yeah, I didn't have a great one to start with, so it's a little tough.
The one thing that I had for clearing the air, because I tacked it on at the end of our last episode, was my journey to the hibachi place, and we didn't get a chance to actually. Thank you. We didn't get a chance to actually discuss it because it hadn't happened yet when we were recording. We were not able to get a seat at the grill because we didn't want to wait an extra half hour. We were both hungry. But we could physically see the grill. We could see them, throwing stuff around. They were making the onion volcano. Did you get everything that
the grill came with, or did you just get entrees instead?
I think we got what we would have had we been sitting at the grill. I'm not positive, but I think so. And as I said in the recording, I got a gin and sake cocktail, which kicked my ass. But no, I had a great time, and the waiters were all super, super nice. They were asking everybody if it was their birthday, because I think they just enjoy getting to sing the happy birthday song and everything that goes with it. I messaged Grace afterwards, after the episode, and I was like, the audio did not fully convey the chaos of that happy birthday experience. Like, there was a disco light. There was all this stuff. We don't
really get the disco light in the recording, but I do feel like you get some of the chaos. It seems a bit frenetic.
What I have to express too is that it's a fairly small building, so when they're singing at like full volume, it's loud.
You're in it with them, yeah.
Yeah, no matter where you are in the restaurant, you're involved. Yeah.
I know like Darius did not like the experience, but did you like the experience or like the food or any other verdicts you want to lay down? Yeah, no,
I would definitely go back. I think the issue was that we tried to go at dinner time on a Friday and hoped to, sit at the grill without a reservation. So I would not make that mistake again, because I would like to experience the sitting at the grill aspect of it. But I think if I were to go back, I would probably be forced to go alone. Or, with a friend who's interested.
With you. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. We'll find someplace.
SOS road trip. We're getting hibachi.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's halfway between Milwaukee and Cleveland and just hope that there's a hibachi place in that location. It's
probably somewhere on the border of Illinois and Indiana, so probably not, I'd say.
Yeah, I've been to Indiana too many times. I can't go back.
I haven't been.
I just refuse.
For being right next door, I have not been it all that frequently.
Well, speaking of not wanting to return to something, should we get into our movie for this episode?
Yeah. Can you tell us what it's all about?
Absolutely. I'm going to try my best. This
It has to be
plot
better
is
than
pretty
that
crazy.
Letterbox synopsis that we got last week. So
If I had more time, I would have tried to put it into French and then translate it back into English, so it would have been broken, but I didn't have the time. Okay, so let me try it here. Clovis Blaireau is a clumsy, bumbling private detective who still lives with his mother, who spends her days running an exercise class for overweight women, a detail that the movie finds absolutely hilarious. A wealthy woman hires Clovis to catch her cheating husband, a man named Prosper, and he tries every trick in the book to get close to him. But nothing about this case is what it seems. The wife is cheating too, and her lover wants Prosper dead. What started as a simple divorce case quickly turns into a matter of life and death. Clovis and Prosper flee all the way to Tunisia, where they stumble into a three-way war between lovers of couscous, spaghetti, and hamburgers. Three very different foods, three very passionate sides, and zero interest in making peace. Plus one very confused detective caught in the middle of it all. When it's all over, you may not be sure what you just watched, but the movie has a name for it, and that name is Par où t'es rentré, on t'a pas vu sortir.
nice.
That's it.
As you were saying it, I was like, that did happen, but it.
Yeah. There's no connective tissue. That's the problem. Is we're just suddenly we're
it's
in
just
Tunisia.
Clovis being confused. Joe had said that I was going to hate the opening joke, and I did. It's just like it's one, it's not funny, and two, it's very long. Like it's such a long bit, and then when we return to it, basically the bit is that these overweight women are so fat that their exercising is shaking and breaking the house's infrastructure.
The ceiling above Jerry Lewis's bedroom is caving in on him. Yes, it's we'll get into the score in a second, but one of the first notes I had was, we're 4 minutes in and we've already had numerous fat jokes and a fart joke, and we're just getting into this thing.
I feel like I texted you last night in the group, and I was like, it's under 2 minutes in, and I already wanted this to be done. It was something like that, and that's sort of how I felt the whole film, I'd say.
I think it was like the first actual laugh that I had, which really was just me like exhaling through my nose a little harder, was not until maybe 30 minutes into the movie, and it's a 90-minute film. I was like, oh my god, this is really tough. But we'll come back to that in a sec. I think we should talk about the score, since that's why we're here. What did you think? What did you think of Alan's contribution here? Anything sticking out to you?
Well, this is the first film that we've watched of his where I got to a certain point in it, and I was like, wait, has there actually been any music? Like, I just didn't remember. Like, I was watching and I was like, I don't know what I'm. Yeah, I marked out in my notes about the annoying piano thing, that like a piano now builds tension. But then that sort of went into a rant about the automatic door situation. We got like some basic like suspenseful groove. I think, gosh, where is that note? I think it's an early mix. Nope. It's an interesting mix of early period Alan and sort of like the big orchestral things that we'll know for him from in the future. But it doesn't really stick the landing on any of it because it feels very just like haphazard. Right.
It's like he can't decide which direction to fully go in.
And the movie is so bad script-wise that there's nothing to really complement any of it because it doesn't make any sense in the first place.
There's a scene where it's like the lowest stakes that you can imagine, but the music is, you could see it in a superhero movie. Like there's a scene where Jerry Lewis and Clovis are being chased out of an apartment by an angry husband, and that's the stakes of the scene. But the music is like dun 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 dun, like it's.
It doesn't match
fit
at all.
It's like, what are we doing here? Like, and I don't blame Alan whatsoever.
No,
'cause
Alan
it's like,
innocent.
yeah, always, always. I did like that he seemed to be experimenting a little bit more with synthesizers. What do you think about, like, are you a synth person, or how do you land on that?
I'm not really a synth person. I think it also comes from like a fear growing up that like synthesizers it sounds silly, but like there was a moment when I really wanted to like play bassoon professionally. That was never going to be the case because I was not that good. But then I had a friend whose mom was a musician, and she would always say like, well, like a bassoon can easily be replicated by a computer. So like the tone, like it was just, that's how I feel about synthesizers, which I know that's not the case. Like I know they're separate from that, but in my mind,
Sure.
Electronic music sort of serves the purpose of removing the human element from musicianship, which is not true. Like that's just how I feel about it. So I'm not really anti-synthesizer, but I'm not really pro-synthesizer either. I think there are moments where it's great, but I also don't necessarily care to look out for those. What about you?
A synthesizer centrist, maybe you would say?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I feel like when they first came on the scene, that's where a lot of musicians were landing as well. And I feel like that's pretty common with any technological advance. It's like, are we going to be out of a job? If it's done well, I like it, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about having a lot of musicians having a full orchestra that just, I don't know, it makes it feel more important, maybe, or maybe that's not the right word.
Well, I think it makes it feel more magical, and then also more full. Like it's a fuller piece if there are more people playing it.
Right. It's not just a guy tinkering around with you know, some buttons.
Maybe that's it. Maybe to me the synth sounds unfinished, but I don't know if that's quite it or not.
Do you think the synth in the pieces for this movie felt unfinished?
Clarence, I can't remember them. I couldn't tell you where they were.
To think whether they were finished, I would have to have any sort of opinion on them. That's really funny. I don't know how much they paid Alan or how long he worked on this thing, but it felt like they had one action theme and they were like really leaning hard on it. Like they was just over and over, like in every scene it felt like.
Do you have any insight into his process with this? Or not really? I think there's not much on this movie in general.
Yeah, I mean, I had a hard time finding any sort of background information about this thing just because Jerry Lewis tried so hard to bury this thing or to keep it from American eyes. So there's not a lot, at least not a lot that I could find about the production. I would be surprised if it was an involved process of, you know, the composing and the production and all that.
Yeah, I'm guessing he just sort of sent them some pieces and was like, yeah, here you go. And that's sort of it, perhaps. I can't see, a lot of back and forth happening on this.
Well, and it's unfortunate, too, because, you know, the last movie we covered, Romancing the Stone, we were talking about how how Alan was starting to get into themes in his music and, you know, like through lines throughout the pieces. And then in this one, it's like, I don't know, it just felt like we were back to the basics almost.
Yeah, it felt very
really
rudimentary.
Unfortunate way. Yes,
Yeah.
rudimentary, yes. I was trying to think of what the synth beats were reminding me of because it was driving me crazy. And then I finally realized that, I don't know if you ever played anything on the Super Nintendo.
I don't think so.
There was an old Donkey Kong game that I had on the Super Nintendo called Donkey Kong Country. And the music to that game sounded so similar to the music in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was once that clicked, I was like, oh my God, this is where I know it from.
Alan's secretly working on
He was
Nintendo
working on Donkey
games.
Kong. That'll be a bonus episode that we do. We play through Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, I'd be so bad at it. But yeah, sure.
I haven't played that in forever. Do you have any other notes on the score? Was there anything else that...
There was like a really elegant theme, which I liked, but felt kind of misplaced in the moment. But I think a lot of the stuff felt misplaced.
Yeah. Do you remember when in the movie the... I'm guessing by that sigh, that's a no.
No.
Okay.
It was before the VCR pause that happened in the stream.
Yeah, we should mention there were multiple rips of this movie on Dailymotion, but only one of them had English subtitles, and it was the worst one. So that was really nice. That was really convenient.
Yeah, it was nice to see the pause happen.
Yeah, the pause, the tracking lines. Sometimes it would jump back a few seconds, or you would catch the first few seconds of a commercial. It was really fantastic, and the subtitles
It was
were
a
awful
moment
too.
in time. Oh yeah, they were not great, but
I have a ton of notes on the subtitles, which is
nice.
I think that's an indication of a really good movie when a lot of my notes are about the subtitles.
yeah, Clarence starts taking notes about subtitles, and I just stopped taking notes. I think is what happens.
Just closed your eyes just listening to it. Yeah. When they first land in Tunisia and they're pretending to be the two mafiosos, they're picked up by a group, and there was almost like a Godfather homage that they did. I thought was kind of cute.
What year did Godfather come out?
That was like
I don't remember.
71 maybe, or 70.
Sure.
So quite an
I have seen
outdated
them,
homage.
but
72.
it's been a bit.
It almost felt like I don't know, I think our friend Philip is going to say that it was anti-Italian discrimination to have a Godfather homage just because there's Italian people on the screen, but I don't know, I defer to his expertise on that
Well,
matter.
I think maybe the more anti-Italian discrimination would be the spaghetti focus of their enterprise.
Oh my god, that scene was crazy. They're having like a meeting of the four families or whatever.
It's like the UN, but like about fast food or slow
for
food.
spaghetti vendors, yeah. Oh my god. And not to jump ahead to some of the attempts at humor, but one of the things that I did find genuinely funny was the idea of the resistance front of couscous. Like
Yes.
that name for a group really tickled me.
That was almost my name in here.
Oh,
The grain
Was it too
resistance
long?
front. No, I just felt Chocolini cousin spoke more to me in that moment.
I have a big note here, but I'll get through the other two smaller ones. I felt like Alan must have had deja vu for some of this, because there's a moment where Jerry Lewis and Prosper are riding around on motorcycles. I was like, I wonder if he felt deja vu after just getting off of Chips. And now
Like, God damn it, more motorcycles.
It's like, God damn it, action music and motorcycles. I just got done with like 7 years
I'm
of this.
so tired of this. Yeah.
The other note that I had is that the one piece of production info I could find was that apparently Silvestri wasn't told anything about this movie before he signed on. He agreed to do it solely because he was taken by the director's enthusiasm about the project.
That's kind of cute, though.
It is. And then
Yeah.
I wonder if he regretted that.
We'll add it to the list of questions.
On his website, it is not included in his filmography, so I have to imagine he's at least a little bit ashamed of it. I don't know. Or maybe he
Wary of
agreed with
its
Jerry
legacy.
Lewis that, he didn't want people to see it.
Does Jerry Lewis to you look like Stephen Colbert?
You know what? I never thought about it, but I think I could see it. I feel like 20 years from now, that's what Stephen Colbert is going to look like.
20 years.
I feel like Stephen Colbert is aging better than Jerry Lewis.
Oh, yeah. I
don't
just
know.
feel like he's already 60 or something, right?
Oh, shit. I didn't realize he was that old.
Maybe he's not. Hold on.
I think that's probably right.
Oh, his birthday's today. He's 62.
Oh.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Stephen
birthday.
Colbert.
Sorry that I
Sorry that I said Jerry Lewis looked like you in this crazy French film.
Yeah. Well, 60 in 2026 and 60 in 1984 are two very different things.
Correct.
The biggest note that I had about the score was we get this upbeat kind of jazzy Vince Guaraldi
I mentioned the
number.
jazzy thing. Yeah, I wasn't sure what
Yeah.
to call that.
And the scene that music is playing under is Jerry Lewis surveying a bunch of sex slaves.
Yep.
Yeah, which is a gross scene in general, but especially in the year of our Lord 2026, one of the quotes that I had from that scene was, "I paid top dollar for them, but I've kidnapped some too. They don't always agree, but I am their master." Whoo, boy. Tough stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tough stuff that I think could be thought of as maybe French sensibilities. Like I don't know exactly where that line is. But just like, I think a line in this is like, all women are whores, is like how we start off the film.
His mom says that, right? Mm-hmm. And then he repeats it a couple times.
And then the mom also talks about a moment and about like his father. And she goes, he wasn't that romantic, but she's describing something that I'm pretty sure is assault. So, yeah.
It's at the end of World War II, and she's sitting on top of a tank celebrating. And then all of a sudden, he pops out of the tank and pulls her in. And we're not shown what happened, but felt very much like assault to me. And that's also where we get our first dick joke of the movie.
Yeah, the tank erection joke was something I did not care to see.
Well, I guess that leads us into the attempts at humor. And my biggest note about this is just Jerry Lewis in general. Did you find him funny at all? Or did you know anything about Jerry Lewis?
Okay, no. I don't really know much about Jerry Lewis. I think probably growing up I thought he was the same person as Jerry Lee Lewis.
Sure.
Problematic in his own right. I think the answer is I don't care. So he could be funny moments, he can be not funny moments, and I just don't care about him as a performer.
Fair enough.
I don't think I've seen him in anything else. Have you?
No, not really.
Let me double check.
I mean, he was big in like the 50s and 60s with Dean Martin, and then I think when the hippies came around, he was viewed as, sort of lame, outdated, and then he became kind of a joke. And so then you've got, into the 70s and 80s, he's doing stuff like this. And then I feel like the most I ever knew about him was I knew that famously as he got older, he became like a really outspoken bigot. So that was mainly my exposure to Jerry Lewis. And then I knew like his whole thing was like the, like the whiny sort of thing, which one of the notes I had was, I feel like that was probably funny when he was younger in the 50s and 60s, but it's kind of sad to see a senior citizen doing it.
Yeah, the only things I've seen him in are, I guess he was mentioned in the silver screen Color Me Lavender that I like. It's a okay documentary, but he's like down the list on that one. And then he's 56th billed in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. There 4 times Mad, 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 Mad. Yeah. I don't remember him being in it.
He must have been, I mean, there's a ton of cameos in that movie, so he must have
Driver
just
who
been
runs over hat, uncredited. Okay.
Sure. Who could forget
Who
that
could
role?
forget the starring turn, yeah.
And then he's also in The King of Comedy with De Niro.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
I haven't seen that one in a long time.
But he's second billed, so.
You have to admire him not even pretending to actually speak French in this movie. Like, all of his dialogue is dubbed.
One of my notes is, no way does Jerry Lewis speak French.
No. What I was trying to figure out, too, is because all of his dialogue was dubbed, but there's also a lot of screaming. I was trying to figure out if that was still his scream or if they had the...
Oh, it was so unsettling, too.
Yeah.
There was just so much happening, and it was all bad.
It's constant.
A lot of like the ah-ha-ha French style of speech. Okay, the one bit I did laugh at, though, was the fake phone call, which then is revealed to belong to a phone that isn't plugged into the wall. That made me laugh.
Yes.
And that's probably it.
You know what's funny is I said earlier that my first laugh was 30 minutes in, and that's what it was the guy, Prosper is supposedly on this long phone call, and then the loan officer pulls the cords out, and he's like, that was all bullshit. That was the first time that I laughed.
When did you laugh again?
What? The second laugh that I had was when Jerry Lewis barely bumps into another vehicle and his car completely falls apart. Like, everything drops off of it. That was my second laugh. I had maybe 3 laughs in this entire 90-minute movie.
That's a lot. Proud of you.
Yeah. One of the notes I had was I'm glad Prosper and Jerry Lewis find each other funny because I certainly do not.
We also, like, when he was laughing, we just kept holding on his face when he's, like, screaming, but nothing is happening.
Yes.
And it's like, you laughing or whatever you're doing is not inherently funny.
Right. And it felt like they really, really thought that it was. 'Cause it's like, yeah, I think I messaged you and Kev when I was watching, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get this laugh out of my head.
Papa! Oh, Dada! My brother! That's my brother! Papa! You're Dada!
And then you tried to send us the audio in Discord, and Discord
my
ate
God.
it. It's like Clint's going, this is so funny, listen. And it's like,
I'm glad you brought that up
10
because I
seconds of
actually,
silence.
I saved those and I have them here on the soundboard.
Yeah.
But I was like, I played those for Darius too, and I was like, I sound like a maniac because I was trying to record the movie over Discord, and yeah, Discord has noise cancellation, so it just ate the whole thing. So let's play it here. Okay, I think some of this might actually be Jerry Lewis yelling. I can't really tell because the quality is pretty low, but I need you to hear this part. Hang on. It's so long too. There's like 15 seconds. You see what I mean? This is twisted stuff.
And that was funnier than anything in the whole movie. So.
Yeah. You see what I mean? But I tried it again. And it sort of worked the second time, but it cuts it off. So it's like it's Jerry Lewis yelling again, but then it cuts off and it sounds like Kev made the joke that it sounds like he was blipped in Endgame. So
Yeah.
I have that one too. Hang on. Fuck. It's just like, oh my God. Whew. They think that it's so funny, and it's like, again, I'm sure in his heyday that was funny, but it's sad to see this old man screaming like a child. It's just I don't get it.
How old was he when he did this? Do we know?
Oh my God. I think he was like 57 maybe.
Oh, and honestly, like, just he's exhausting. This whole
Yes,
movie is just
absolutely.
exhausting.
You know what I was thinking about today is,
What?
he was 58 when they made this movie. He supposedly lives with his mom, and he and his mom look like the exact same age. So I wanted to look up. Okay, she's 7 years older than him, but they look exactly the same
giving,
age.
Like Lee Pace and Orlando Bloom, where they're like roughly the same age, or maybe Orlando Bloom's older, and like Lee Pace is the father. Yeah.
Yeah, it
something.
doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah. I was going to talk about the mom and her just fat shaming all these women. It's crazy. And then they keep coming back to it too. Like, they can't like let the joke go, which I think is also something that was annoying. But what I was going to mention is that there's Jerry Lewis has like this dog that's really annoying, and the dog like sleeps in the bed with him, but she thinks it's a woman. And then later on, Prosper like sleeps in his bed just because like they crash, and then she's like mad that it's a guy. It's like there's a lot there.
Yeah, there's some gay panic going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think, honestly, would they have been happier if they were together? Probably. They wouldn't have to deal with all of this bullshit. And like,
You know what? It seemed like they were having a really good time together. So maybe there's something to that. They were
maybe
they were laughing, getting drunk, just walking around, scream laughing.
it's their love language.
Oh my God. Name a worse love language than scream laughing. God. You're right. They would do a joke and it wouldn't land, and then they would just keep coming back to it, and like
10
not
minutes later. Yeah.
Yeah, like you mentioned the thing with the sliding glass door, and the note that I had was like, has Jerry Lewis never seen a sliding glass door before? Like, I feel like that wasn't new technology in 1984.
That
to the
that automatic
yeah.
door bit is when I wrote that note. What if we just gave up on the film as a film as a concept right now? Like, I was so pissed off about that moment because it was so fucking pointless.
Yeah.
What was like?
He's trying to be undercover, I guess. So he's pretending to be a window washer, and so he's trying to wash the sliding glass door, and he is, an idiot, I guess. So he can't figure out that when you're stepping here, it's opening the glass door. So then he's just,
He's trying to
God.
and you can like. It's just so infuriating, and it's not funny, and it goes on for too long.
And we come back to it, and then he's
it didn't
stuck
make
in
any
the door.
There was no point. Like,
Yes.
he could have been undercover doing something else somewhere. He could have been like hanging a light bulb, and that would have been better.
Anything. Well, and he didn't even need to be undercover. That's the thing, too. Like, he drops that so quick because then they're best friends.
Yeah. When he goes into that bedroom, and it's like he's so obviously taking photos, and it's like.
Yes. He's trying to catch him in the act.
I guess Prosper's like slightly aware, but it's like, do you not see this man with this giant camera wasn't the flash on or something? Like, it was
Yes,
so
and it was
obvious.
loud. I mean, it's a film camera,
loud.
so it's just
Yeah.
and he keeps kicking him in the face with his sock.
Yeah.
One of the other notes I had in that scene, we talked about it a little bit. It's when the Prosper is in bed with a woman, and then the woman's husband comes home and tries to chase them out, and we get a Las Vegas lady homage with Jerry Lewis hanging out the side of hanging onto the side of a building like 14 stories up, and then he lets go, and I guess Prosper catches him, and he's fine.
What's the G-force on that fall? Like,
right, exactly. I wrote down there are multiple moments when Jerry Lewis could have died. Would the movie have been better?
I think undoubtedly, yeah.
There's that, and then there's another moment where he almost died, and I didn't write it down because I didn't care, but yeah, I was hoping for it.
I love that woman in the scene is just so unbothered. She's like putting on her clothes in like the slowest manner possible as her husband's like freaking out.
Yeah. It makes you think that, maybe this is a regular thing for them. Mm-hmm. She's like, well, he's not going to be upset with me. He's upset with the, this other guy. So what do I care? That's their dynamic.
How do you feel about the tertiary characters? I was like a slight fan of Gregory until he lightly assaulted the maid. And I was like, well, now I'm out on Gregory, I guess.
Yeah.
What's the burger guy's name? Is it Ben Burger or something?
Yes. The hamburger king of the world, Ben Burger. Some great nominative determinism in that. What do you think about nominative determinism? I'm a big fan. I
think it's fun to think about. Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah. Like the idea that a guy named Ben Burger is like, he's either going to be a hamburger salesman or he's going to be like the most devout vegan that's ever lived. Like these, you can only go one of two ways. I don't want to breeze past it. There's one attempt at a joke that is very tough with 20 minutes left in the movie. It's when Jerry Lewis and Prosper are being hunted by the Couscous Resistance Front as well as the Italians, and they go undercover. Jerry Lewis pretends to be Asian, complete with large fake teeth, and Prosper pretends to be a woman in a burqa. And it is some of the worst cinema I have ever seen. And it goes on for so long. Like,
just when you think it couldn't get worse, it does in this film.
Yeah.
Which is kind of astounding.
It really is. We talk about escalation, and it's like we've already... It's not even escalation, really. It's like, how much deeper can we dig this hole? Like, we've already reached such lows in attempts to be funny. Yeah. And then Jerry Lewis rounds that corner, and it's like, oh my Lord. Knowing that this came out in 1984. And I think maybe that for me is why the attempts at comedy did not work, is because you've got like you said, the French sensibility. And then it's also this stuff that probably killed when Jerry Lewis was, at his peak in the 50s and 60s. But by 1984 is very outdated.
Well, and then you throw in the fact that it's like a male-gazed capitalist nightmare.
Yes.
Like, It's just awful on all accounts. But yeah, you're right about how it was probably comedy that was cutting edge when he was first starting out and making his name. But it's just sad and wrong when he's
absolutely
this old doing it.
And it brings me to the question of, we talked about how Jerry Lewis, contractually, he said, I never want this to be released in America. Mm-hmm. And do you think he realized how bad this thing was? Or what do you think his reasoning was for why he wanted this kept from America?
I don't know, because I don't know how much Jerry Lewis takes accountability for his own actions. Based on what you've said about him prior, I would like to think, I want him to take accountability for his action, but I sort of think he wouldn't be the type to do so.
Yes.
But I think he probably this is not a great film. Like, I think he probably thinks of it as an overall piece as opposed to his individual performance. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Like you said, I would like to think that he saw the finished product and was like, oh my God, this is, there's no way. But I feel like, because he did this movie and another French movie with the same director in 1984, and like by all accounts, it was just a money grab for him. There was no reason for him to be involved other than a paycheck. So like I would like to think that he was embarrassed by this, but I don't know if Jerry Lewis had the capacity for embarrassment, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for shame.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, not to look ahead, but we don't really have box office numbers for this,
right.
Do we even have a budget? I don't remember.
Not that I saw, no.
So yeah, like, what did he end up actually getting paid, and like, was it worth this atrocity of a film?
Right.
Who can say? I mean, we can say, and I would say it's not worth it, but
definitely not. I would agree with you there. There was this interesting choice that they did. They did it a couple times where they would have, the shot would be two people both looking in the mirror and talking to each other that way. And it allowed for longer takes. But I was wondering, like, does this add anything to the scene? Or do you think it was just something that the director thought, okay, well, this is going to be cool, and then they just kept coming back to it? Because they do it quite a few times.
And I wonder if it's easier to set up, maybe, and just hold there, as opposed to, like, continually changing the shot. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. And then maybe he just really thought it was inventive, and that he liked it, and that was, like, going to be the signature of this movie, was that choice to do that.
This is what they're going to know me for, is my mirror shots. This is going to be my trademark.
Because I don't know much about the director, but on his Wikipedia page, like, 8 out of the 16 films are red linked or whatever. Maybe more than that. Like, it's like over half of his films don't have any information on them.
I saw that he had one that was like it was like a wacky comedy, but starring a Nazi. So seems like an interesting guy.
A real Nazi? Like, not like the character's a Nazi, or the character is a Nazi, or the actor's a Nazi.
Yes, the character. Yeah, the character's a Nazi, not the.
I was like, who did he get?
Specify.
Who's flying back?
Yeah, they called up Goebbels, and he said, "Do you want to be in this wacky comedy?"
Goebbels died.
The name, God, this looks like shit. The name of the movie, it was released 10 years before this one. The French title is Le Führer en folie, which translated means the Führer runs amok.
Fuck.
And
yeah, I was right. I was thinking, Goebbels killed himself on May 1st, 1945.
Wow.
So
good.
He wouldn't really be called up for this one, I'd say.
No, probably not. Now I'm just reading this article about this shitty Nazi. I got to get off this. So the director also cast himself opposite Jerry Lewis in this movie. Do you think that's because, he really wanted to be in a movie with Jerry Lewis, or do you think that nobody else wanted to do it?
I think that he thinks he's a good actor, like himself. I think you have to have a lot of self-importance. Sorry, just something made a weird noise in the background. You have to have a lot of self-importance to write, direct, and star in a movie that you've created. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to really believe that you have artistic integrity. Well, I would hope so. And that this is something that's worth creating. And I think that's just what this guy believed. I'd say for better or for worse, but this is definitely for worse.
Yes. Oh, there's no question, yeah. Can we talk about the freeze alarm that Prosper has? That, like, this is his new state-of-the-art security system. It literally pauses time for everybody in the house, and they just breeze past that like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's like an interesting thing that could have been made more of, and could have been interesting. And yet it's just like, here we have this thing, we're going to use it, and we're going to move on with our lives.
Yeah, they use it twice. And again, it's just a setup for the two of them to scream laugh while they're looking at everybody. It's like, okay, sure.
Did this inspire Click, the movie?
That is a great question.
Who can say?
Undoubtedly a better movie than this one.
I've actually never seen it. I do remember seeing the trailer when I was a kid, but I have never seen the movie.
It's more dramatic than you would expect from an Adam Sandler movie of that era, I would say. That being said, there is an extended sequence where Adam Sandler pauses time and then farts in his boss's face. So
Yeah. My last few little notes. We didn't really talk about the gold digger boyfriend. And I wanted to look into divorce law in France, but then I decided I don't really care enough to look into divorce law in France in 1984. So I'm staying ignorant. What else? I understand the concept of putting a pantyhose over your face to not get makeup on the dress, but that was so unsettling to witness. Like, her rapping, like, that, I just didn't expect that to happen. And it makes sense, like, why you would do that, to make sure that you don't have, makeup everywhere, but it was
it's frightening.
It's scary, yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why bank robbers do that. It's like, oh my God, yeah. It's a jump scare.
It just really distorts the face. Oh, I just have a question here. I just wrote favorite citrus ? Don't know what that was in reference to, but do you have a favorite citrus fruit?
Shit. I can't even imagine what might have...
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? No, I lost it. I thought maybe there was something to do
right
with...
after my question, why is Jerry Lewis just laughing?
No.
But that could be anywhere.
I was going to say, yeah, that could be at any moment
It's between
in this
why
movie.
is Jerry Lewis just laughing and the double standard in cheating is insane.
And then citrus. I really like a clementine.
Okay, interesting.
I think that's a easy little snack. I can't have grapefruit because I'm on an SSRI, which is unfortunate because I do like grapefruit.
I like grapefruit a lot too, yeah.
Yeah, but now it's forbidden. Or I'll die or something. I don't know what the
No, it'll just be less
consequences.
less effective.
Oh,
It just
well,
negates
fuck.
the effects of the SSRI. So you could have a little bit if you
shit.
want.
I'll go a day of being a little more anxious if it means I can have grapefruit. That's a trade-off.
My favorite is like, I like grapefruit, but sometimes it's a little too sour because I don't put sugar on it or anything. But in the last year or so, I found a pomelo. They're like massive citrus fruits, and it's just a slightly less sour grapefruit, basically. They're so good, but they're also a lot of work because they're massive. And then the peel inside, like the casing of the fruit itself, is a little bit bitter. So what I do is I cut it out of there. So that just takes forever to get through a pomelo to prepare it to eat.
A pomelo, you said?
Pomelo.
I will have to try to find that, and I will report back. That'll be my clearing the air. It'll be Real ID and that. And then you can look up what French divorce law was in 1984. Related to food, this was a very stupid note that I wrote down. Because, once they get to Tunisia, the whole plot is about how there's almost like this holy war between the Couscous Resistance Front, the Italians who are trying to sell spaghetti, and then Ben Burger. And so the note that I wrote down was spaghetti, couscous, hamburgers, fuck, marry, kill.
Oh. So spaghetti is like my least favorite type of pasta. I think it's just like, if you're going to eat a noodle, eat a noodle. You know what I mean? Like spaghetti and angel hair feels like such a waste.
Hot take.
But it's like the old reliable, right? Like it's good. But I guess the most complete, because we're talking on spaghetti, couscous, and like hamburger, right?
Right. Just basic hamburger, yeah.
To me, hamburger feels the most complete. So I guess I'd marry that. I can't really see myself like killing spaghetti. So I guess I'll fuck spaghetti and then kill couscous because it just seems like the most like hard to like market, right? Like a couscous like fast food place. Is it only couscous? Like what else we got going on there?
Sorry, I'm just a man. I'm just imagining
You.
somebody clipping that. I guess I'll fuck spaghetti. Holy fuck. Yeah, no, I think that's the correct assessment there.
But is that our Western sensibilities coming out to play?
You know what? Oh man. I think that's a great point.
Something to think about.
Yeah. We're just not maybe we're not as exposed to the full pleasure of couscous. We just don't know.
Sure.
That'll be the
don't know.
clip for me too. The full pleasure of couscous. Oh man.
Oh my god.
I had some quotes and subtitles.
Yeah.
So we mentioned before when the mother thinks that the dog in Jerry Lewis's bed is a woman, and so she pulls up the covers, and the subtitle is, "Oh, it's the dog that farts all the time. Dirty dog, ack." It's ack with 3 C's and 3
Like an
K's.
Affleck ack.
Yeah, ack. And then another one I had was when Prosper's wife is hiring Jerry Lewis, the subtitle says, "Tell me the truth. You're a Taurus, aren't you? And I'm a Virgo." And then at a certain point when Prosper is on the phone or something, the subtitle just says, "Speaking Italian," which was very helpful. Yeah. Thank you. Didn't need to know what else was going on.
Nope. Just speaking. It's like speaking Italian for a long time. Like it's not like one quick little bit. It's like speaking Italian for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good point when you're watching it to get up and refresh your drink or go to the bathroom.
Or just turn it
He's
off.
speaking Italian. Or turn it off. Yeah, probably. It's early enough in the movie. A couple of the other quotes I had. "Do you know about the hamburger? It's like a sausage, but it's round. It's disgusting." And that's from Ben Burger, the hamburger king of the world. When they're getting to the airport, they think that they're about to be arrested, and Prosper says, "Okay, there are 6 cops. You take the 5 on the left. I'll take the one
funny.
without a gun." That was another moment where I was like, okay, that was funny.
Yeah.
You got me there.
But the joke is in the writing, not in the performance.
Yes.
Because
Credit
they are
to the
not
writers.
acting, I'd say.
The feeling that I got was that there was a lot of drinking going on on the set of this movie. And that's why they were enjoying themselves so much. But no, it also felt like they were doing like one take and that's it.
Certainly.
Yeah. Like let's keep it rolling along here. And then the last quote that I had is when they're introduced to Ben Burger, he's sitting there with his American friend and he says, "Mike Douglas, my American associate," which means Michael Douglas back on the podcast for a second episode.
Yeah.
And I told Grace about that. I fooled her. I said she hadn't watched it yet, and I messaged her, and I said, "Michael Douglas returns to this podcast in the stupidest way possible."
Yep.
What did you think when you got to that part, realizing that that's what I meant?
I think we're just more caught off guard that there was an American in this moment. And I think it'd been more stark if it was like Michael Douglas. And I think Mike Douglas to me is like, that's another guy. Like that's not Michael Douglas.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like his cousin,
He changed his name so as not to be confused.
Yes. His SAG card is a little bit different.
Oh, I meant to ask this earlier. So my name on Riverside right now is Paul Masson. Do you get what that's a reference to? Do you know what that's from?
I don't
So
know.
this is in the 70s and 80s, near in the later half of Orson Welles' career. He, for better or worse, gained a reputation as being a little bit difficult. And so the studios didn't want to touch him. And so he did
Well,
a
he
lot
wasn't
of...
easy to work with as a young person either. I mean, if we're being honest, he just made great art and that was okay.
Exactly. So he did a lot of commercials for different things so that he could self-finance his movies. And one of the companies that he did commercials for was Paul Masson, which is a wine company. And part of his payment was they would give him free wine. So there's this there's this famous commercial that he did for French champagne, and there's all of these outtakes where he is visibly drunk off his ass while they're recording it. And I have to do this quietly because as we're recording, my husband is in the other room, and I told Grace that he really hates when I do this impression, but it's so the ad is Orson Welles standing at a table as a waiter pours him champagne, and they're doing like 50 takes. And so, the director calls action, and Orson Welles is staring off into space. He goes, the French champagne has long been celebrated for its excellence.
There's a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence.
And then he sort of trails off, but there's so many takes where he just cannot make it through.
Sloshed.
Yeah, because he's been enjoying too much of the French champagne. Oh my God! But while I was watching this, anytime I watch anything French, I'm reminded of that commercial. So I kept doing that while I was watching this movie, and it was entertaining me more than the movie itself. So.
Did Darius watch this with you, or did he want nothing to do with
it? There's no way I could have convinced him to watch this.
The smart man, yeah.
Yeah. No, what'll generally happen is we'll be sitting in the same room, and he'll be on his laptop looking at something, and I'll be watching a movie. And if he's interested in the movie, slowly he'll start glancing up at his laptop. And then if he's really hooked, then the laptop closes, and then he's hooked.
Oh, that's a big moment.
Yeah. It doesn't happen often.
Test.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, this would have been something where he would have left the room.
Do you have a most surprising one that he was engaged with?
Oh, that's a great question. We watched this Australian movie recently called Audrey that was really bonkers. It's almost like, I hesitate even to describe it because it's there's a big twist, but basically the premise is this really awful mother who's trying to live vicariously through her talented daughter. And that was one where by the end of the movie, I asked him, I was like, well, what did you think? What would you give it? And initially he said 5 stars. I was like, holy shit. And he dropped it down to 4.5. But that was one where I was like, I could not gauge whether he was enjoying it. But by the end of it, it was like, wow. So I recommend people watch that one because it is insane.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, since we're talking about Australian film, I think we've ventured far enough.
Yeah.
From today's movie that we can probably move on to fanfare or flop. So this is our section where we talk about the budget versus the box office, as well as the critical and audience reception, and whether this movie received any award nominations.
Yeah, so as we mentioned before, there's not much information on this film at all in any capacity. But Wikipedia does say that this movie had 823,230 admissions. So I think that means tickets sold. That's how they measure the films. The year before, the film that won the César Award got 952,082 admissions. So it's comparable to what a well-done film was in that area for the comedies, at least. But there's not much on it, and I think we know why this didn't do well because it wasn't distributed internationally necessarily. Right. And it's hard when people who work on the film don't want to be associated with it for any type of longevity, right? That's not something that is helpful in the long run for the budget. For the box office. But we also don't know the budget. I hope people were paid. Should they have been paid? Don't think so. The crew should have been paid.
The crew, yes, team. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just there's not much because no one cares about this movie, and that's the right opinion.
Oh, did you see that this was Connie Nielsen's first role? Her first acting role?
No.
Yeah, they spell her last name wrong, but yeah, if you go on her Wikipedia page, in her filmography, this is the first movie that she ever did. I assume she was one of the girls at the pool, but I can't say for certain.
Probably. Yes, her first LB credit, yeah.
So if nothing else, it kicked off Connie Nielsen's career. That's what we can say for it.
She speaks 7 languages.
Holy
Danish,
shit.
English, French, German, Italian, Norwegian, and Swedish.
Well-rounded.
For her. Yeah.
Renaissance woman. Well, how about the Alan of it all? Do you think I can barely get through it. Do you think that Alan's contribution was the secret sauce to this movie, or do you think he could have been replaced by anybody and it would not have made a difference? I think I can guess.
I've just been struggling to answer this question because I think the answer is neither, and it just this shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And we can tell that he phoned it in, right? So it doesn't, it's not like he has a really artistic moment happening. It's doing a lot of things that we've seen him do before and that we know he will do in the future. So it feels pretty piecemeal in that. There are some interesting moments, but I don't think anything super important happened in terms of his compositions or anything super inventive or unique happens in terms of his development as an artist. What about you?
It does make me laugh to think of, I don't know if they overlapped, but to think of him doing work for this movie and then at the same time working on Romancing the Stone. A movie that would basically put him on the path that he's on now. Just two very different things. Mm-hmm. And very different outputs. But yeah, phoning it in is the perfect descriptor because it's I don't even know. The main action theme is by itself, removed from the context of this dog shit film. It's, I could see myself playing that while I'm driving around or something.
Yeah, it's all fine. It's serviceable,
right.
But it doesn't do anything for anyone.
No.
Or this film.
It's and vice versa. The film is not doing anything for the music. It's that's
yeah.
I don't know.
We talked about it earlier. They don't match. It's
right.
a puzzle piece that's that's fit together, but you can tell it's not quite the right fit. It's not the piece that's supposed to go there. It's jammed into space.
But I like we said, it's a cute story that he met this guy and he was oh, this guy's really passionate.
Yes, that part.
Yeah.
I was this is not a cute story.
Yeah. No, the movie itself is it's not a cute story. Maybe the most misogynistic movie that we've covered so far. I can't think of one before.
Maybe one of the most misogynistic ones I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm hard pressed to find a comparison at this moment.
Yeah.
Especially because it didn't amount to anything. It was just being misogynistic to be misogynistic.
Yeah, well, that was it too. They tried to make it sort of a sex comedy, but it's also mean spirited. And Jerry Lewis is 58 years old, and so
should we shout out that review that you sent me? Who wrote that really long ass review?
Oh yeah,
that's everything we'd want to say.
Yes, that's a great point.
Is it Tony Pelham? Is that who you're?
As of this recording, this movie has 142 watches on Letterboxd.
More than there should be, honestly.
Yeah. And there's maybe 10 reviews total, including the ones from Grace and I. But there's this 1.5-star review from a user named Tony Pelham, and it's super long, super involved. And yeah, like Grace said, it says basically everything we're trying to get at here. It's got some good context about where Jerry Lewis was at this point in his career. So I'll put that in the show notes. I encourage people to read through it so that they don't have to watch this thing because it is.
I just learned that Tony had a podcast with his daughter called The Blob Show and that he has a master's in film studies.
Hey, okay. So there you go. Yeah. Hey, listen to the experts.
He's qualified. That's
fantastic. Well, before we get into our big shocker final reveals of our rating here, we do have one email.
Transmission coming in. Repeat, we have a transmission coming in.
Do we really?
We do. So this went to our spam folder, so I didn't see it right away. So apologies. This is from April 16th from a Miss Helena Willem, and the subject line is urgent reply. Attention, sir / madam, greetings to you. I am Miss Helena Willem. We at Borso Bank Treasury/Funds Management Department has been mandated to have your recovered funds in ATM card worth $8.5 million from our affiliated bank in Northeast Africa, which has been moved and deposited in our bank here in Europe as an offshore funds due to your inability and unavailable to receive it through ATM card, as it was arranged then in the past, which was failed due to your inability to comply. You are hereby advised to contact the Foreign Operation Officer through this email for further directives, waiting for your urgent attention and cooperation on this very important matter. Sincerely yours, Miss Helena Willem, Customer Desk Officer, Vault Department.
Well,
So things are turning
get
around
on
for
that.
us.
Yeah. We have so much money to recoup.
$8.5 million, and I almost didn't see the email. Can you believe it?
Gosh. Think about where we would have been then. Yeah.
Our luck has really turned around. We're going to have merch. We're going to have all this stuff. So thank you to
We got our
Borso
van.
Bank.
We've got our road trip. We've got our Allen Vineyard excursion.
Yes. We're going to hit up Hibachi. We got,
Oh, yeah.
it's all coming together.
Water park. Our amusement park water park day.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect.
This is how we'll finance it.
The summer of Silvestri. Yeah.
Oh my,
That's what
wow.
they're calling it.
That's what SOS really stands for. Wow. SOSOS. Summer of Sounds of Silvestri.
Well, we
Wow.
gotta come back to that in a couple episodes.
It's going to go right underneath Real ID. All right, enough playing around. We have to be serious here. Where are you landing on this thing?
Well, as you may know, on Letterboxd, you do need to give a film a half star to have it logged in the aggregated ratings. So this is getting a half star because this is an abhorrent film. It's just bad. It's bad and it's boring. It's one thing to be bad and amusing. It's bad and it's boring and it's reductive. And Alan's not even really doing that much in it.
Yep.
There's nothing redeeming about this except maybe that little stupid telephone bit that was funny for a minute.
Yeah. Early in
Yeah.
the movie.
I don't even have anything much to say about it. I think we've talked it all out. It's not fun. It is something that I understand why it's not on his website.
Yeah.
And I'm okay to never think about this ever again. What
I'm
about you?
okay with that too, and I can guarantee that I won't be. It's one of those things where I wouldn't even recommend it to people who like bad movies.
Yeah, it's just not even worth anyone's time.
There's so many, any aspect of this movie, whether it's the attempt at a sex comedy or any of that, there are better versions of it, even amongst movies that are still bad. It's and I don't understand how you fail at even that aspect of it. You can't even make a bad movie successfully.
Yeah.
It's So I'm at I don't do half stars, so I am at 1 star for this thing.
Wow.
I wish I had never watched it.
Oh, that's a tough look.
Yeah.
I do love this journey for us because when we came into this, we were really worried about Let My Puppets Come, and we loved that. And we didn't even think about how bad this one was going to be, and it's awful.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it did give me. We mentioned the male gaze. There's a lot of gratuitous nudity, and it gave me a chance to use this other new sound bar item that we have. I think I see a nipple. Thank you to Eric
We
for
saw
pulling
many
that
of
one.
them.
Yeah, lots of nipples in this thing. Yeah, a lot of areolas. Well, speaking of boobs, Grace, do you think we should tell people what we're watching in this next episode?
In every living species, there's a stage of growth between infancy and adulthood. In most animals, it occurs during the first year of life. In humans, it happens right after college. In 1971, five college buddies from the University of Texas embark on a final road trip odyssey across the Mexican border before facing up to uncertain futures in Vietnam and otherwise. Oh, no. From 1985, this is Fandango, directed by Kevin Reynolds, frequent collaborator of my least favorite actor, Kevin Costner.
It's all been building to this. God, this has been a rough couple of months for you.
And I don't
men
think it's gonna
in
get
general
better.
are not endearing themselves to you in these movies. It is, it's bad.
It's fine, right? But it's also not what I'd want to spend my time doing. Just watching Kevin Costner in a movie where he's straight out of college and they're going to wreak havoc on a poor Mexican town. Like, it's just like...
Am I correct that this is his first role?
I don't know.
Is this his first movie? It doesn't matter. Who cares?
No.
Oh, okay.
It might be his first top billed role, but he's in 8 movies before this, including my favorite performance of him as the corpse in The Big Chill.
How could I forget? Okay. So I was talking out my ass. It doesn't matter.
That's okay. This is... I think there's one more thing I was going to say about it. Oh, it's on Tubi and Hoopla.
Oh, great.
Sean
Support
Fennessy
your
gave it
local
3.5
library.
stars.
Okay. All right. It's tough to know. That's our next movie, folks. As we said at the top, if you've been watching these with us, we appreciate it. This week was slop. I can't speak to the next episode, but just a
6
month
weeks
and a
till
half.
Back to the Future. We got
That's
it, guys. We
We're
got it.
the road to Back to the Future. We're so close. It's almost summertime, We can be happy about that.
SOS. Yeah.
SOS, yes.
I do think we're going to have some issues after Back to the Future, but we're not thinking about that. Back to the Future is top of mind. That's what we're looking forward to.
We'll deal with it when we get there.
Yeah. See ya. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to keep up with all things SOS, you can follow the show on Instagram at Sounds of Silvestri. You can also reach out to us at soundsofsilvestri@gmail.com or leave a message at 414-295-9966. We are both on Letterboxd. Clarence is at CK_LB and I am at GraceEllen_. This episode was edited by Clarence with production help from Dave and Ben. And as always, a big thank you to Alan Silvestri. Bye!